Welcome back, everyone. I'm really happy that it is another of my painting sessions. I had this idea in the morning to finally found that missing puzzle to this piece of in this painting. And the idea is to bring out a lot of these red movements here. I don't know why, but I feel like it's requiring that for this painting. And I'm really, really excited to paint it. I just need to first finalize and finish up the bottom layer of the hands and the arms and the hair. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now first. Kind of adding some of the highlights on top of the fingers, that candlelight. People don't really know this, but for most artists, one of the hardest things to paint are fingers. It is a very, very complicated joints, and no matter what kind of movement it makes, you always have to be quite accurate, or else everything will feel off. If you have small fingers or larger fingers or shorter fingers, it does make a huge difference. So taking your time on the fingers is very, very important, because they really dictate the techniques and the skills of the artist. Kind of dancing back and forth of the highlights and the reds right now. Nice and easy. And it's important to actually try to maintain that two-tone lights. So I'm still concentrating on the candlelight direction here and the moonlight direction on the other side. So you don't want to place this red right here because it won't show that correct definition. So I'm still trying to maintain the right section with this color. I'm going to blend it just a little bit. Like that. Utilize this color to accentuate the wrist bone right here. There you go. Gonna also accentuate the bottom half of that. Just like that. Just now the elbow. Still the same side. There you go. Gonna pop in right here as well. The knuckle up and the second knuckle there. It's all about the shape of the fingers that make it really, really realistic. But take your time. Just a little bit here, because it's popping out. And here too. This kind of goes down. Kind of creating that groove that's on our hands. some red up here. Still trying to maintain that fragility and that elegance. So don't want any harsh lines. Everything needs to be precisely soft, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna kind of go into this brush. Give it a little bit of a pound. Kind of need for it to dry just a little bit. Not adding black, I'm adding this burnt umber with a tad bit of light blue so I can get that nice skin tone shadow here. That. Okay. And do the same thing here. Adding some light. But first, quite thirsty, so I'm gonna have a sip of my black tea. Cannot wake up in the morning without my black tea. It's the best way to wake up. Very nice and gradual. Very, very delicious. I really do enjoy jasmine, chamomile, lots of different assortment of green teas and Earl Greys. But it's hard to not wake up with an English breakfast. I think I started drinking this when I was quite young. Softly blending. There you go. Add got a little bit more red tone because it gradually blends into the shadow. There you go. Take my dark and re-outline this. As well as here and here. There you go. So adding some shadows for the elbow right here as well. Okay. Since I don't need this one right now, I'm gonna go with a big blob color on this side. The best way to blend is always either a swirl in a circle or a bouncing motion or a very, very clean consecutive motion with brushes like this. It really depends on what you're working on, but I've noticed the skin textures really do great when I do this technique because it kind of almost like, it's the best way to say it, like it emphasizes our pores on their skin pretty much, and this canvas is like our pores. So try to emulate that. And go in with white light on the edge of the hand. I'm gonna go in the middle because if I go on the edge, it won't give me that round. If I go on the edge, it will be like a flat surface, and I don't want that. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Maybe go on the back. of course, by default, I kind of naturally want to go into the face of this color. It's a really nice one, but gonna find the edge with a darker pigment, just like so. Mm. Okay. A nice red transition. Looks just enough here. Adding back in some of the yellows now. Just a little bit. Oh. Another sip from my tea this morning. I'm gonna start blending this side. For this to work, I need this to dry out just a tad bit. I'm going to go into the other side where the moonlight is hitting, because it'll give a really, really nice definition. So I'm kind of mixing a little bit of burnt umber, raw umber, maybe a little bit of blue as well. Kind of trying to find that color that I want. And maybe just about hitting on that side. This is the fun part for me, is finding that light hitting the forearm. I'm not going to go on the edge just like how we did here. I'm going right, probably 3/4 of it. Down to the elbow. One more time. Go. Can't forget the collarbone. Very, very elegant symbol for femininity, in my opinion. Can't forget here. Kind of using this blue to fill in the gap in those shadows. Okay. Gonna go on where the knuckles are located, just so the light can hit it. Just like that. There you go. I'm going to go one more time over this area, then I'm going to go to the hair folds. Let's first do and finish the arm because it just dried just enough, I think. Gonna go shape up this side just a little bit. Go. Can't forget the elbow. There. That's key advice that I definitely would like to give artists is when they begin a painting, it's not to overthink at all. Just do it. You have to just start by the mirror, putting the pigments on your palette or placing the brush on the canvas. Sometimes we would like to figure out all the steps prior to painting, and I think it is very helpful to a certain extent. But I think no matter how much you plan, no matter how much you thought of it in advance of what the outcome's going to be, it will never be the way it was in your head, 100%. In a way, I think that's one of the beauties of painting, because in a way you're coexisting with reality and present time. And I think that it is almost like liberating in a way. It kind of teaches us to be okay with unpredictabilities and be okay that the next 5 minutes possibly could go either way. But if you have a good projection and a good, somewhat of a direction, that's all you need. And then only look out like 1 to 2 steps ahead, not the whole step. I think that's important, in my opinion. In the process, you start finding out that the things that you did not plan for are the things that make the painting come to life. So when I initially started this painting, I just wanted to portray the elegance and the femininity and grace of this woman. But she initially wanted to have her hold this divine armor. But I think this divine armor, as of now, I want it to be almost like she's not holding it, but it will be like materialized on her in a way without any effort. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This morning I had that idea, came to me at night, and I'm gonna try to see if it works. I'm gonna go back in with the fingers and the hair, and then I'm gonna start with that armor that I was talking about. Just re-outlining the fingernails and the fingertips. I'm always so happy reading their comments while painting. It really truly brings me joy that you spend the time out of your busy day and join me in my studio, watching me paint in real time. I really do appreciate it. Kind of funny how time works. Initially, this painting was only meant to be painted in one sitting, but sometimes I just have to listen to the painting however it goes, how long it goes. I think that's very, very important. It's almost like we have to speak the language of colors. It has its own language. Some are very well versed. I'm still learning. I think that's the beauty of it. Most likely I'll go back into the highlights in a moment. I'm kind of scanning the painting to see if it needs some immediate action for color change. I think I did find one before going into the hair. I'm gonna softly mix a glaze, a yellow, orange tone. And softly go on top, just like that. Maybe here. Maybe here too. Kind of gonna go roughly inside the hair. Kind of gonna shape it just a little bit. I might zoom in just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Let's try that. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go in with somewhat of a skin tone color with a very small script brush. It's actually the one that I have personally designed from one of my brush collections that is available also on my website. I use it now all the time. It's very works very well for me. I'm kind of gonna go in and out with some of these little hairs in her and trying to shape up some of the curls. Just a lot of hair. I'm gonna go in with a darker pigment. I have to dilute it just enough. Because if it's too thick, it won't be able to coat the brush and make those really nice fluid lines and curls. That's what we want. blending her hair somewhat into the background. It's kind of on purpose, because it's almost like she's emerging out into the light. I think what it looks will look really pretty. It's adding like a curl right here, so maybe here. I might change it, but just kind of going with the flow. Okay, I'm gonna let the hair dry a bit. I'm gonna clean up the background just a tad bit and add some slight change of dark, almost like a blue. I think this will work really well with that bright red that I'm going to be popping up. Maybe some here got peeked out, a little bit of a lighter shade. I'm going to zoom in so you kind of can see. Clean this up. Be adding some glue here too. I'll wait till this dries just a tad bit. I'm gonna go into the face for a few minutes. Not that long. I want to make this face so alive. And by doing that, I'm gonna put some dotted pigment around her cheeks in some areas. A little bit like a rosy color. That usually does the trick. Cannot forget the lips. Go one more time with the really, really pretty highlight. And by that time, the background will be dry. Just searching for that right color. Sometimes I forget that I blend with my fingers so much that other colors seem to grasp onto the fingertip. So I have to clean it. going to use this color to finish the other highlights that are peeping out. Okay. I'm going to go in between that with a yellowy mixture. It's kind of funny that I said that yellowy. I don't even know if that's even a word, but kind of going to go in between. Just gently. Like so. Could always go once more back into the highlights. I think right here it's probably one of the most prevalent area. Right here. There. Just ever so lightly blend this area. Ever so lightly. gonna do is create the first layer of that feeling that I was wanting to encapsulate today. It might look very, very, you know, very, very drastic, but I think it will look really nice. So first of all, I'm gonna actually take this other brush and kind of move some colors around. A bigger one, actually. I think it requires this. It's almost like it's wrapping her around. I'm debating whether to go through here. Maybe we can do that. Let's see. Okay. Kind of going with the glaze almost. I'm choosing one of the very, very bright, vibrant areas that I want to highlight. One is here. Maybe another one's right there. That's a good one right there. Looking for some green, maybe that'll be a good balance. Thank you so much, Stephen, for your support. That really means a lot. It's very, very kind of you. Gosh. think it'll look really pretty to have this here. I don't know why. Let's see. Add more of this beautiful red inside. Trying to get that vibrant red somehow. Sometimes trying to feel where this brush wants to go. When you feel like you have like an epiphany, for example, you can't really pinpoint how it looks, what it is, or anything like that. But sometimes when I experience an epiphany, I do feel this color, different assortment of hues. I think that's what I'm trying to add right now. This painting is meant to be almost like a sanctuary where you can be your most powerful, I guess, with the guidance of this divine armor. It's almost like anything is possible. I think that this woman that I'm trying to portray is accepting that. This gift, this empowerment from above and from within. I think it's almost like a dance. So I'm trying to create this type of movement to embody that. It's like somewhat of a crown. Oh, thank you so much, Blizzarvic, again. That is very, very sweet of you. I feel so appreciative and so thankful for your support. Thank you, thank you. Just trying to see if this would work. Good, adding this. Kind of gonna go into these moving flowers. Hopefully I'm gonna pop them out with this color. Let's see if I can do it. Maybe with this one. what I'm going to do is add very, very interesting yellow in the mix. Some of this inside. Let's see how this goes. Gonna block off a little bit of the face. Just very slightly. Gonna add some texture. Okay. Add some reds. Then I'm gonna add some of this green. And maybe just a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit more. I want it to be very, very merging and into this enormous energy. I'm going to add just a tad bit of light. here too, just a little bit. Gonna add a touch of more yellows just to pop that magic. Same thing with a little bit of the reds. Gonna just pop a little bit. One more light here. And I think we kind of finished this painting. I might still continue it afterwards on my own time, but I think right now this idea is finally finalized. Here you go. What do y'all think? And what do you think about the title? I should name it something to do with femininity, divinity, grace. Those are the things that kept on coming into my mind when I was painting this from the very, very beginning. But also this amazing ability to embrace, overcome, and I think it's almost like a guardian in a way. This whole entire essence felt like a protected guardian. But I'm still going to be figuring the title out, and I hope to hear your ideas in the comments. I will definitely take a look at them after this live stream is over, and maybe we can collectively put a title together. Thank you so much for joining with me on this painting process. I think this is part 3. I have 2 other videos that is from beginning to end painting this painting. So I hope to see you next time on my next live streaming session with another painting.